The purpose of this video is to go over the county history paper. It says country in the title. That was a typo. In fact, I will change that real quick so it doesn't look silly. But anyway, there we go. But the purpose of this is to go through and make sure that you understand what you're going to be doing with the county history paper. Now, you see right here, this is inside the folder under the learning content. It says you're to write a 7 to 10 page county history paper over the county in Kentucky you live in. If you do not live in Kentucky, then we will pick a county for you. In some cases, because it's real hard to get information on some counties, we might pick a county next to you. Under the Resources for Kentucky History folder, under the learning content, you will see the writing checklist guide, which you should use, and also this handout. Now, it's very important, as I'm pulling this up, that you realize that you are writing your own history of that county. Now, in addition to your paper, which does not include, the page numbers do not include the following. For example, you look right here where it says number 1. You must include these documents. Now, when you turn this in on Blackboard, you can upload your paper as one document and your documents as another document, or you can put it all together. I don't care if the documents are at the beginning or the end, it just really doesn't matter. You must include the following documents: a will, a marriage license, a property assessment, a deed, a death certificate, a county court record. It could be meetings from a meeting or suit from a county or what have you. All of those are public record. Now, I will tell you the hardest one sometimes to get is the death certificate. Now, if you live close to Bowling Green, the Kentucky Library on Western Kentucky University's campus has almost all information you need. I highly recommend, if all possible, you go visit that library on Western's campus. It's in the same building as the Kentucky Museum. Now, you do have to use footnotes for this paper, unlike the survey project. You must use page numbers with your last name and then page number in the top right. And then you have to include those documents. Now, the part that you're writing should follow this format. You should start off with the origins of the county and the county seat, who it was named after, when, and that's such information. Early history of the county to the Civil War, the age of industry, which is typically what happened after the Civil War all the way up to today. Cities, towns, communities, history of the courthouse. You could also look at adding in education. You could add in, as it said in the tidbit section, famous people, festivals. The other can be just about anything interesting about your county. And then the last section is problems that the county is facing today and in the future. Now, as you see, there are other things that you could use: cemetery records, church records, family history, census records, education, etc. All of these things will help you write your paper. Now, what some people do is they just write a generic history of their county. Others will take like one individual or a family, sometimes their own family, and they will write the history of the county, and they will throw in information from that particular family. A lot of times individuals are curious about their great-grandparents. And all of these documents right here, if you have a relative, if you really are curious about your great-great-grandparents, any of this information can be used from them. Now, at the end of this is where you attach your documents. You should put about a paragraph description of why you picked those documents after you conclude with the problems that are facing the county today and in the future. There are literally hundreds of different ways of how you can go about this paper. And I really kind of want to leave it up to you for you to try to write a paper that you would be interested in. A lot of students in the past have written about that they had family members that fought in the Civil War, and how the Civil War either assisted or, a lot of ways, devastated the family after the war was over. Again, any of that information you want to include is great, as long as you follow this guideline of putting information about the county. It should not be just about the family or just about an individual, but you can throw them in for added information. You do need to try to use one primary source. Sometimes this is very difficult. A primary source is like a personal journal or diary or something like that, a manuscript collection. You're not going to be counted off if you can't find that, but it will be one of those things that can enhance your paper. You will use numerous resources for this. You can use local historical societies, local libraries, the county court clerk, which is where the majority of the documents you need can be found. The Kentucky Library on Western's campus, which has just about everything. Maybe your town has a genealogy society. You can use them. Maybe there is an older person, one of those people that seem to know just about everything from the past, and maybe you want to interview them. That is absolutely great. Just make sure that they understand that you are going to put their interview, their information into a history paper. You'll be surprised how many libraries, how many historical societies, genealogy societies will actually want your paper when you are completed. That way they can add it to the collection. As with all other assignments, if you have any questions, please email me or ask a question in the discussion board. I wish you the absolute best luck. This typically is a fun assignment. Students typically hate it in the beginning, but as they go through and they sometimes dig up dirt on people, they kind of enjoy the assignment and they typically learn a lot. So again, questions, anything, email, discussion board. I wish you the absolute best and good luck, and have a great semester.